Today is a Black History event. You are part of my Black History, believe it or not. My Black History is unique. I wrote a book. It's 550 pages. Trying to figure out who I was. What was going on in America. How could I overcome some of the things that were going on in America. That's what this book is about. Now, a lot of people don't know that people were trained to think a certain way. Back in 1712, on the shores of Virginia, in the colony, there was a guy that was invited there. His name was Willie Lynch. That's where the word lynching came from. That's where it derived from. Willie Lynch. And at that time, it was a document passed to all landowners. And it was said, teach the black man how to hate himself. Turn the black daughter against the black mother. Turn the black father against the black son. Turn the light one against the dark one, and the dark one against the light one. And when we look at the news today, if you look into the inner cities, the black-on-black crime, that's why it's happening. Willie Lynch laid some groundwork back in 1712, and when he laid it, he said, gentlemen, if you listen to me, and you take my advice, and you follow this economic plan, I hope y'all caught that, economic plan, you follow this economic plan, it would last for 300 years or more. That was in 1712. You do the math. 1712, and we in 2014, sounds like 302 years to me. That's how sharp this guy was. So I spent my time trying to figure out my black history. I was in school 40 years ago. This is what's unique about this. I was in school 40 years ago, and I sat in the classroom every day for 12 years. And when I left out of that school, I couldn't read 12 words. That's because our country denied me an education. Can we say things have changed? Yes, they have. Because back then, 40 years ago, I was in a classroom, a teacher didn't want to teach me nothing. Now I'm on a campus where my professors want to teach me everything. So things have changed. We're coming a long way. I spent my life trying to remove the stigma that we were different. We're not different. We're all the same. We all bleed red. Just because one apple is a different color from another, don't make them different. They come from the same source. Just because a bird's wings is a different color from another bird's wings, doesn't make them different. They're all the same. We're all in this together. You are here, and this is my black history. Now, I want to share some things with you that you don't know. There were some black inventors, and people don't even know this. The air conditioning unit was invented by Frederick M. Jones, July 12, 1949. He was a black man. The almanac came from Benjamin Van Necker, 1791. He was a black man. The automatic gear shift, Richard Spikes, February 28th, 1932. The bicycle frame, L.J. Johnson, October 10th, 1899. The blood plasma bag, Charles Drew, 1945. And the list goes on and on. The golf tee, good car, hairbrush, hand stamp, horseshoes, ice cream scooper, sugar maker, gum destroyer, ironing board, keychain, and it goes on and on and on. But they don't tell us that. They don't tell us that we have the capacity to design things that you are using today. They don't share that. That's black history. Now, I wrote a speech. What they say? My teachers tell me I'm long-winded. Sometimes I write too much. So I shortened this speech just for this event. Now this is the short version. But this is how you get people's attention. So I have your attention now. Okay. I grew up in Oakland. I grew up as a dope dealer. That was a way of life for me. This is a very emotional subject because for me to be standing here today on the campus of Yuba College is 1,000,000 to 1 odds. 1,000,000 to 1 odds. You need to know this. I had 4 strikes before the 3-strike design. But that's growing up in Oakland. That's the normal. That's the norm. When nobody teaching us how to be doctors, how to educate ourselves, how to be lawyers, surgeons. No, it wasn't none of that. All we saw on TV was drug dealers, criminal activity. So that's brainwashing. So I spent years brainwashing myself back with an education. Martin Luther King, when he spoke about the promised land, you put it in the right perspective. He was talking about the promised lands of education. How can you overcome the stereotypes if you don't educate yourself and if you don't educate the other people around you? My life is like a portrait. And right now you guys are the subject in my picture. And I'm painting my black history while I'm on Yuba College. All students from Yuba College, put their hands up. Value your education. I know the difference. I know the difference. Run, walk out your education now so you don't have to run up and catch up with it 40 years later. Get it now. It's valuable. We are responsible for transcending the community. Yuba College is. We're supposed to take what we learn from our professors and our teachers and take it and apply it to a community, to raise a community. That's how you heal a community. You don't go to school and get the information and not put it to work. You got to put it to work. Yuba College today. How did I get here? How did I get over all the bumps and the bruises, the hurts and the habits, and all these type of things that stood in my way of an education? Racism, discrimination, is like ink. Spill some ink and see don't it spread and get over everything. It'll ruin everything. That type of separation is ripping at the fabric of this country. It's tearing us apart. We need to unite as one. This separation. We got to stop this separation. Separation makes us weak. We got to bond together. I got an experiment I want to show you. Can you take one of these? Can you take one? Can you take one? Hold them up like this. There's a students standing by themselves. Can you break that for me, please? Break it. Break it. Students standing by themselves, they're breakable. But students standing together makes all the difference in the world. I can't break it. That students standing on a campus is Yuba College together. That students going into a community together. That's us transcending this community. They say Lake County, Clearlake. Clearlake is a beautiful place to be. But it's time for us on this campus. We are the trendsetters. We are the ones supposed to go out into the community. We are the ones that have the latest information. We have the latest. Human services.
Yeah!
Human services. Human services. You're supposed to know what's going on in your community. You're supposed to know the needs. You're supposed to know the resources and the information. Where are we on this campus? Yuba College students on this campus, we trying to change things. Not just black history, history. History, that's all of us. Not just black history. It's history. You are my history. You standing. What are the chances of me being on this campus, standing here before my peers, before my teachers, giving a speech? The odds of that is so great. So what I'm trying to say, you're not here on your own accord. This is a spiritual event. The reason it's a spiritual event because my life is spiritual and I'm speaking before you. My life is spiritual. For you to understand that, you would have to read that book. I'm not trying to sell you a book. But you would have to read that book to understand when I say, I'm standing before you against 1,000,000 to 1 odds. My life was taken away from me. And I took it back. And I came into Yuba College for an education, so I would have a voice. I thought that I was going to have a voice writing this. You don't have a voice just because you write a book. You got to be educated. You got to be able to convey what's inside. You got to be able to speak with emotion, a connotative effect, to reach people. Else you're not doing anything. My purpose is to share my black history. That's my job. All them ladies who used to go in the Safeway and when they see a black man pull their purse a little tighter. My job is to change that. That's my job. And I've been at it. And I'm in the grind. I've been knocked down. I've been knocked down 1,000 times. But guess what? I got up 1,001. That's why I'm here today. So, with that said, let's treat each other with a little empathy. Let's try to understand that person's plight, what they're going through. Everything is not always peachy-peachy. Sometimes there's some pain behind a smile. We need to look deeper. We need to develop big ears. We need to change the way we walk. We need to change the way we talk. We need to change the way we intermingle with people. We need to get back to interacting. What happened to the interacting? We don't talk to each other anymore. You're texting. What happened to communication? Let's get back to communication. You are my black history, and thank you very much. Excuse me, former student?
Yes, they graduated. Yay!
Yay, former student graduated from Yuba College.
With my AA.
All right.
Thank you guys very much for lending me your ears.